think I got the scene down tonight. Hi, my name is Jennifer Belfini, and I'm your Pampered Chef, independent consultant. Bella notte! I'm feeling a little Italiano tonight, even though I'm not Italian. My husband is, and I certainly appreciate the Italian culture. So I've got my Italian music going on in the background, and we are going to cook up some dinner. I know it's late, and you probably have already eaten your dinner, but maybe you'll make this some other time and enjoy spending a little bit of time with me this evening. So we are going to make hidden veggie marinara pasta, and we are going to make lemon blueberry cake, and we're going to make ice cream. So I had mentioned to some of my friends today that I had a little tiny accident in the kitchen today, and it has to do with my ice cream maker. I happened to drop it off the counter and I cracked the plastic, but I did test it and it seems like it's gonna work to make ice cream anyway. So I'm just gonna look up here real quick and see if I need to do anything or everything's okay. Okay, great, people are watching. So just so you know, you guys, I can't see, I have my contacts in and I cannot see the little screen that's all the way over there. So I wanna make sure I welcome you all, and I wanna let you know I will get to your comments if you have them. And please comment away and give me feedback, and I hope you have a really great time. I'll comment after I'm finished with the program tonight. Taking on a kind of an aggressive menu here. I added a couple things I wasn't planning on, but that's what always happens when I'm in the kitchen. I never stick to a plan per se. I always try to add something in or do something extra to give it my own flavor. So that being said, we're gonna start with our ice cream because that's gonna take the longest. Ice cream takes about 25 to 30 minutes. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna grab my bowl out of the freezer. It needs to be icy, icy cold. So we leave it until the last possible seconds. And then I have my mixture for the ice cream. Let me move this over. I have my mixture for the ice cream, which I made earlier today. This needs to sit in the refrigerator and come to 45 degrees, but this is how you make your homemade ice cream, guys. This is so easy, and I gotta tell you, I've gone through every grocery store, tried every ice cream, and I always come up with the same conclusion. I put the ice cream back in the case because I can't stand all the chemicals in it. So I was so excited when I saw the Pampered Chef had a ice cream maker because I was really excited to make it and test it. And we have a KitchenAid, and I know there's a KitchenAid ice cream attachment, and I haven't heard the best feedback on that, so I've always kind of been like, do I want to spend $100 on that attachment, see if it works or not? So I've been in the no plan, but since I did actually have a Pampered Chef party before I became a consultant, and I won $565 on stuff, you better believe that the ice cream maker was at the top of my list so I can make homemade ice cream for my family because it's kind of a food staple. So anyway, when you make homemade ice cream, the mixture is 2 cups of whipping cream, heavy whipping cream, a cup of whole milk, a half a cup of sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get my ice cream bowl here, and I'm just gonna connect the top of it, and I'm actually gonna move this, but I just wanna show you how this all goes together. And I'm gonna put my paddle in it. It just lays in there. It doesn't snap in or anything like that. So I'm just gonna put it in here. Of course, I can't see small distances that great. Okay, and then I'm just gonna lock it on. If it's gonna lock on, again it does. And then I'm gonna turn the power on, and I'm gonna set the timer to 25 or 30 minutes. I'm gonna set it for 30 just in case. And then it's gonna start churning. So, and then when it starts churning, I'm gonna actually pour my mixture in. Just like that, super easy. And it's gonna do its job. Now, like I said, I did have a snafu that I cracked my plastic. So one of the great things I love about Pampered Chef, this gave me an opportunity to talk about too, was that they have replacement parts. So I can replace this plastic part for like, I think $8 or something like that. So it wasn't catastrophic. It was just like, oh no, what if I can't make ice cream tonight? So so as you can see, that's what that's doing right now. It's just kind of churning away the ice cream. So I'm actually gonna unplug it and I'm gonna move it over here because we need all this space for other things. So I'm gonna just move it over here and we're gonna plug it into the wall. And we're gonna let that go for the 30 minutes. going, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start our pasta. So I just talked about the pasta for a few minutes. So I have, one of the reasons I went to a Pampered Chef party that ended up in me joining up to Pampered Chef as a consultant is I needed a stock pot and I wanted a non-stick stock pot. So I got a non-stick stock pot. It's a 9 quart. And this is in our non-stick collection. So it's just a gorgeous pot, but it's actually known as a multi-pot. So you could do a lot more things in it besides just make, you know, your pasta in it. You can make chili in it, you can make stews in it. I mean, my husband can make his polenta in it, which was a big thing that I wanted to have it for. I'm just looking at the ice cream machine here. So we'll see if that'll work out or not. If not, I have ice cream. I have ice cream already made. I can show you. But what I also loved about it is that I also bought a collapsible steamer colander strainer that actually just pops in this pot nicely. So I can make my pasta right in the pot with the water, and then when it's done, I can just turn it, and I don't have to take up more room in my sink to drain my pasta. So I just love that idea. Also, this serves as a colander and a steamer. Sorry, it serves as a steamer as well. So it can just do that as well, and it folds flat. So that's really nice. So I'm gonna fill my pot up with some water, and we're gonna get the pasta water going. I'm gonna fill it up about halfway, because we're gonna put about a pound of pasta in there. Okay, I'm gonna take the colander out for now and put that back in after I get my water in, because I'm gonna add a little salt. I always add salt to my pasta water. So it's a 9 quart pot. It takes a little while to fill it up. Okay, so we're gonna fill it about halfway, and then we're just gonna put it on the stove and get that going. And I'm gonna put my colander right in there, so I can put my pasta right in there when it's ready to go. Okay, so now we're gonna start on our pasta sauce. So we're making a hidden veggie marinara pasta. So to do that, we are going to we're gonna put everything in our blender here, and we're gonna make our sauce completely in our blender, you guys, which is amazing. We have this setting, and it's called puree setting. So once I have the lid on, I'll be able to show you that puree setting, and it's gonna cook the whole time. We're actually making something else. So this is a cooking blender. So it cooks from temperatures up to from 100 to 220 degrees. I'm just checking on my ice cream. Looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention about the ice cream. So the bowl that you saw me take from the freezer, that's the, you want to have that bowl in the freezer for about 24 hours, because you want that bowl to be ice solid cold, because between that and the cold formula, concoction, ingredients, that's what's going to make your ice cream with the paddle churn. Okay, so back to the pasta. So we're gonna put our ingredients in here, and we're just gonna let it go, and it's gonna go for about 20-25 minutes. We want to get that going. So we are going to cut up about a cup of carrots, so for into chunks. And so for that, I'm gonna use my chef's knife. I just love this knife, you guys. I can't say enough good things about it. I just can't believe how easy it is to cut stuff. So I'm going to put those into the pot in a second, into the pitcher rather. And then I'm just going to cut my zucchini up in chunks, and I'm just going to half moon it. Some nice chunks there, and I've got another little zucchini. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to put and I'm following a recipe, you guys, and I don't know if I told you this before, but I'm not the best recipe follower, so I have to keep bouncing back and forth, so bear with me here, because I want you to be able to make this in your house and follow the recipe. So we are going to put the water in. So we have about a 1/4 cup of water. Okay? And then we're going to put some Italian seasoning. Now, so Pampered Chef makes wonderful Italian seasoning, and you can certainly buy Italian seasoning at the store, but I mean, Pampered Chef is awesome. but I don't have that right now, so I make my own. So when I make my own, I need to have about a tablespoon here of Italian seasoning. So what I do is I take, and I don't measure any of it, I take oregano, I take basil, I take rosemary, I take thyme, I take a little garlic granules, and then I take a little bit of crushed red pepper, because my husband likes things a little bit with a tang to it. He doesn't like really, he likes a little bit of spice, but my daughter doesn't like too much spice, so I have to balance that out. And then I do and then you're adding a tablespoon of salt. So I'm just gonna mix that in there. Pour that right in. And then we're gonna take our garlic cloves. Now it says that you could do 4 whole garlic cloves in here, but I wanna show you how our garlic press works, because some of you might not have seen this before. So I'm just gonna pop the garlic in here and put it in the press and press it into the blender here. See how awesome that press is, you guys? Can you see that? You probably can't see that, but that is the garlic. Press it all the way down. And I'm gonna take the end of the brush here and just make sure I get all that garlic out. And I'm not gonna waste any of that garlic because this garlic is already peeled. So I'm just gonna put all the rest of that in the pot with the other cloves. Someone told me, my good friend and top client told me that if you leave your the garlic in here after you press it, it's actually a good thing because the garlic keeps pressing through. So don't feel like you need to clean the garlic press out until you're done doing all your pressing your garlic. So thank you for that. I love getting feedback from people, and I listen to what everybody tells me because we always can learn how to do things better. So here's our garlic. Okay, we got that in there, and now we're gonna add, that's it, we're gonna add the carrots. And the carrots need to be peeled, so I peeled those in advance for purposes of this. And the zucchini. And we're just gonna put that into the pot, and then we're gonna put the lid on. And this lid has a locking mechanism that it won't go unless you hit it. And it tells you, I'm locked. So we are gonna put this on the puree setting. And the puree setting is already timed, so we don't need to do anything for it, and it's gonna cook to 212 degrees. So we are just gonna let it do its thing. And it's gonna go for about 20 minutes. It's starting at 77 degrees and it's gonna go up. So while that's going, I'm gonna start on the, I'm just gonna put a little sausage into the microwave because while this is a marinara pasta, my husband likes to have a little bit more meat to things. So I'm just gonna put some sausage into the microwave for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna do 3 minutes and 40 seconds because it's just a little bit of sausage. And while that's going, I'm going to get some basil from the refrigerator. I left my basil in here. This is our herb keeper, and it keeps your herbs. So it has a little bit of water reservoir down here. You fill it to the halfway, and then you can put all your cut herbs in here, and it keeps them really nice. I've had herbs in here for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. Some of these are newer than others, but I got some really nice basil here. Look at how crisp that is. I just love this because my herbs literally last probably 2 to 3 days at the most, and I waste so many herbs. So I'm gonna cut up a couple of basil leaves here. I'm afraid that blender might be too loud, so I'm gonna have to move it. So I can keep looking up here. Basil up with my Santuco knife. It's a 5-inch knife, super easy to work with for cutting quick things. And it's kind of your workhorse knife, really. You can use it for so many things. Give it a quick chop. And I'm just gonna throw that basil in with the sausage when it's done. I'm gonna mix it up with the basil. and just get going on that because we got to get going on to our next dish. We still got a cake to make. This is if you haven't heard the story about this scraper, this is my Michael Simon story about why I have a Pampered Chef scraper, because it makes everything so neat and organized in your kitchen when you're cooking, and you can get stuff easily moved around, as you can see here. Ready to go to the next step. So you can see what's happening with our sauce. It's at 109 degrees right now. It's going to get to 212 degrees when it reaches the hottest point. If you did not notice, and if I did not say, I put raw vegetables in there, and that is turning into a heated puree, which is just amazing. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to sit over the stove and watch it. I just have to let it go in the blender and do its thing. That's awesome! Okay, we are gonna get started on our cake as soon as our sausage is done, and it's about done. Let's go check on our ice cream for a second here. Yep, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Now with the ice cream, sometimes it might come out to more of a soft serve consistency. And when that happens, all you want to do is pop it into the freezer for like another half hour, an hour. Until you get it to the level of hardness that you actually want your ice cream to be at. My daughter sometimes likes soft serve, so it's perfect for her. I tend to like a harder ice cream, but it's just so good, you guys. You're just gonna love making your own ice cream. It's such, I keep saying game changer, but these things are really game changers in the kitchen and in your health. So our sausage is about done. Okay, I'm just gonna break it up here with my mix and chop. Now this is an add-on to the recipe. It's still pink, so I'm gonna put it in for a few more minutes. And you can see it's chopping it up all nice. I have a combination of turkey sausage and mild Italian sausage in here. It's gonna be a nice add for the sauce though, because my husband likes more of a meat sauce. This would be a good time for me to have a microphone. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop it in there for another 2 minutes, and I'm gonna get started on my cake. But you do not want pink sausage. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here. And we're gonna get started on my cake. Now my cake ingredients are already all out, and I was gonna make it in my medium bowl. Which is right here. Okay, so for my cake, we are going to juice 2 lemons. So I'm just gonna cut that in half with my Santuco knife and get another mat here. These come in sets of 3, which is super handy when you're switching from herbs and fruits and meats. And I'm just gonna squeeze that with my citrus press. So we're gonna squeeze 2 lemons. We don't wanna get the seeds in. These have a lot of seeds in these lemons. And the citrus press squeezes from here, it lets juice out here and on this side. I just have it turned down this way for right now. We're squeezing 2 lemons. We have a lot of seeds in these lemons. It's funny, sometimes lemons don't have a lot of seeds and sometimes they do, you just never know. Okay? And I don't know if you could see, but you get every little bit of the lemon out of there. Even when you have old citrus, I used some oranges the other day that were not as new as the limes were that I was pressing. And I couldn't believe how much orange I got out of there. Because I have one of those twisty ones where you twist it and yeah. you don't get hardly anything out of there. Okay, I gotta fish these, I gotta fish a couple of seeds out here. There's a lot of seeds in these lemons. Now if I had a strainer, I'd do it much faster. And I do have one who's, this will just be really easy to get out with. In this one. Jeez, oh man. I know there's a solution for that. Someone's there. Why doesn't she have a thing to get them out? Last time I didn't get any lemon seeds in here, so there you go. Another lesson learned. Okay. And then we're gonna take 3 eggs. 3 eggs. Now my daughter loves cracking eggs. This is usually her job, and she actually can crack the eggs in one hand. That's a fear factor thing for me. I won't try to do that. Yes. Okay, and then we're gonna add sour cream. Now for sour cream, we have 3/4 of a cup. Now this is our adjustable measuring cup. And the great thing about this is it's great for liquid, and for solids, and also for those in between. So, you know, like for sour cream, I'm gonna actually plunge it out of here, and we get every little bit of that sour cream out of it. You know how you always get stuck in your cup? Okay, so sour cream, and then we're gonna add a 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. I'm just gonna pop that in there. And then we're gonna add some poppy seeds, and for poppy seeds, it says we're gonna add about a teaspoon. So I'm just gonna eyeball that. And then we're gonna go ahead and add a yellow cake mix, because this is a lemon blueberry cake. These are my kitchen shears. They came as a part of my set of my knife block sets that I won for sales with Pampered Chef in my first 30 days? It was pretty early on. And then we're just gonna whisk this all together. Now for my cake, nothing special here, guys. You can make your own lemon cake if you want. I certainly could have done that, but I just got a Pillsbury. We're trying to make this easy. And we're getting dinner on the table in less than an hour. That includes dessert and ice cream, so. Okay, so now we're just gonna whisk this together. So I got my whisk here in my stainless steel bowl. I didn't forget anything. I've been known to forget ingredients, haven't we all been, right? Okay, so we're just gonna whisk this together. And I already can smell the delicious flavor with the extra lemon and the poppy seed. And I'm just gonna get my mix and scrape and just kind of scrape the sides, making sure I got it mixed all the way to the bottom. These mix and scrapes are so great. And I've mentioned this before, so I have to repeat myself, I apologize. I hate waste. I can't stand wasting anything. So this gives me an ability to get every little bit out of my whisk and of my bowl. Okay? I can also do it with the tiny one too, but. Okay, so everything's whisked together. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take this. I'm going to put it over here for a second. So my pasta water's about done. And I'm going to take my rock crock, and you guys know what we're going to do? We are putting this cake, are you ready? In the microwave. So I'm going to take some canola oil. By the way, the vegetable oil I used was canola oil. That's always what I use. And I'm going to brush just the inside of this rock crock. I'm going to brush it nice and good. Because while the rock crock is a non-stick surface, I don't want this cake to stick. So you always want to just add a little bit of oil when you're doing something like that you want to either pop out or cut or easily cut out. Okay, so I got my oil in there. Now I'm just going to pour my cake mix in. 95 degrees. I have a feeling we're gonna be waiting for something here. And it won't be the sauce. And the cake we're gonna cook on high for 10 minutes. It says 9 to 10 minutes, but I think last time I did 9, and I think I should do 10. So I'm gonna do 10. And I'm just gonna get all that little bit off of there. And you can already see this cake already looks so yummy. So we're gonna put the cake, I'm gonna level the cake out. I'm sorry you guys, I can't not do a taste. Yellow cake is my favorite cake. Lemon cake rather is my favorite cake. Or yellow cake rather. Yeah, yellow cake. My mom used to make me when I was a kid. And Mom, if you're listening, you're gonna love this story. A giraffe cake every year for my birthday. It would be yellow. It would have chocolate frosting on it. It was my favorite cake of the whole year. So this is my favorite cake of the whole year. No surprise. And then we're just gonna take some blueberries and we're gonna put about a half a cup on top of the cake. You see where this is going, you guys? Oh my gosh. So I made this already and I already know how good it is. You don't? So I wish you were here to eat it with me because I've got 2 cakes in my house now. Part of the cake I gave to my neighbor. Part of the cake one of my friends ate a piece. I gave her some, but I still have 2 in my refrigerator. Okay, so now we're gonna put this in the microwave oven for 10 minutes and we're gonna put the cover on it and high. I'm gonna pull my sausage out of the microwave. Back to meat. And let's get this in the rock crock in the microwave for 10 minutes. Meantime, my pasta water's ready, so I'm gonna throw my pasta in here. And get my pasta going. And I'm just gonna mix this up a little bit more with my mix and chop. When my pasta sauce is done, I'm going to put some of it into the pasta sauce, but I'm going to add the basil in here. And just slide it off, like I was telling you. So I get some extra basil flavor with my whole dish. Extra bonus, not in the recipe. It's what I call Gen-izing it. So Gen out. What's great about it is it's got a lid. So I'm going to keep that sausage pretty hot by just putting a lid on it. How about that? I'm going to set it right there. Okay, so we're at 201 degrees on my sauce. My pasta is cooking and it's 9:30. So when my pasta is on this next stage, what I need to do is add tomatoes to it. So I'm going to show you our easy can opener. I have tabs on this, so what I love about this can opener, it also has a tab opener to it. So I'm going to show you that, but I'm going to first open it, and all you do is screw it on and move all the way around. And it's going to take the can lid off without giving you any cuts, which is awesome. Let me go all the way around. Okay, I'm there now. Then I'm going to twist it off, and I'm just going to pop it off like that. And I'm going to put my fingers all the way around across it, and you're hoping that I'm not bleeding right now? I'm not. Okay, I'm going to take a little liquid out because I want my sauce to be a little bit more thick on the thicker side. So I got that one. Two are going to fit there, okay? And then I'm going to do my other one, but for the other one, I'm going to show you, it also has this pull tab. So I can also do a pull tab to get it all the way off. Oh, I guess not. I pulled the pull tab off. No worries, we'll just our sauce is done. Okay, step 1 is done of our sauce. So the next step of the sauce is gonna be putting these tomatoes in. So I got my other one off here. I'm just gonna take some juice out. I don't have to yell anymore. I think my music went off, that's a bummer. I love listening to music when I cook. It just frees me. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour it actually in the top here. So I probably should have just kept it in the can now that I think about it. I'm gonna turn off the cycle, turn off the blender, and I'm gonna pop this top off. And you can see, don't forget, this is 212 degrees. You can see all that smoke coming out of there. See that, guys? And I'm gonna turn it back on, and I'm gonna put it to custom blend. And I'm gonna put the tomatoes in. So I'm gonna do that with my mix and scrape here, which has cake on it. Just gonna wipe that off real quick. I'm just gonna pour it in here. So I'm not gonna be touching the pitcher or anything. The pitcher and everything on it is hot, because this is, 212 degrees when it's done. So we're just gonna pour a tomato in. And I'm gonna pour this one in, which, it's gonna be a little messier, but that's okay. Should've just left it in the can. Mental note for next time. I forgot I was pouring it through this little hole. Well, it's not a little hole, but you know what I mean. I'm using a big old hole. Okay, perfect. Got most of that in there. I'm just gonna wipe off the top so I don't have any explosions. And my ice cream, oh, it's looking so good. It's looking like a nice soft serve. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna put my lid back on. The vent, it's called the vent lid. Now, if you're at high altitude, which I am, there's another lid for this that I could be using, but I haven't used it yet, so I'm not gonna use it. But there is a high altitude adjustment. And I made this before without it, so I think I'm okay. So after the timer's off, I'm gonna press cancel, and I'm gonna remove the vented lid and add the tomatoes and replace the cap and put it on speed 2 for 30 seconds. Oh, so there's cancel. Okay, I learned something new today. When you wanna switch modes to a different setting, you hit cancel. I've never used that button before. I gotta start reading directions more. Okay, so we're gonna do custom blends. On level, I said level 2, right? Speed 2 for 30 seconds. And that is gonna be the end of our pasta sauce. Make sure my lid's on tight. And 30 seconds. Guys, that's my marinara. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell this. It smells so fantastic. So my pasta, meanwhile, is cooking. Let's go check that. I like our pasta to be a little al dente. I got these super tiny little penne tubes. So my daughter made it like with a spoon. She likes to eat everything with a spoon. Okay, so while I'm doing that, my ice cream's going, my cake is going. Oops, sounds like my ice cream might be done. Let's go check that. Yeah. It's more of a soft serve. I'm gonna put it on for a few more, for another 5 minutes. You definitely need to get this new lid. So I'm putting that on for 5 more minutes to get it a little bit more thick. And I'm gonna make my, my topping for my cake, which, gosh, at this point I feel like really isn't necessary because everything is gonna be so sweet, but in the spirit of following the recipe, I'm going to squeeze a lemon, again. Oh, that's my husband. Say hi, you're on camera. Say hi to everyone.
Hello.
He's with my daughter upstairs. Bedtime. Okay, so we have the lemon. I got one seed in that time, not too bad. Okay, got all that nice lemon juice out of there. Get my spoon and fish my seeds out again. Just got 3 in there this time. Okay. And then we're going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar. I'm not doing 2 cups because I felt like that was way too sweet last time. So I'm doing almost 2, and I might not even do that much. So I feel like I don't need a lot of this glaze and was made a lot of glaze. I'm going to do like about a cup, really. And then I have some blueberry jam, which, truth be told, I didn't have blueberry jam. This is more like 4 fruit jam. And about a 1/4 cup of that. I might not even use a 1/4. Yeah, I'll use a 1/4 cup of that. That makes sense to me. Now I'm just going to give that a couple stirs with my mini skinny scraper that I'm going to wash out. It looks like my cake's done, so I'm going to take the cake out because that's got to sit 10 minutes. We'll be just right at time, I think, when we're all done. So I'm making like a little, just like a little, what do you call it? Glaze. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more powdered sugar to thicken it up a little bit. You just kind of eyeball it. I always say recipes are made for you to make how you like them. Pick what you like, make them how you like, you know, make it your own. Don't use the glaze if you don't like the glaze. That kind of thing. So we're just going to mix this up so we get all the white powdered sugar mixed in there. And I can tell our ice cream is getting done. It's slowing down there. My cake is done. My sausage is done. My pasta is done. I don't want to overcook that. I'm going to turn that off. And we're rolling here. Unfortunately, my Italian music is done too. That's nice. Last time I did it, it was too thick with the extra powdered sugar. I just thought it was too much sugar, so I made a judgment call on that one. So I'm going to get my cake out because it needs to sit for 10 minutes. I'm going to move it to here. I'm going to just do a little adjustment moving around here. Blender's pretty light, you guys, too. Not heavy at all to move around. Okay, let's get the cake out. It's awkward to get out of my microwave because I'm short. Can't reach stuff. Oh, whoa, that looks so good. Okay, so here's my cake. Ooh, can you see that? You probably can't see that. Let me show you. Here's my cake. Can you see that? Cake. Okay. We're gonna leave it uncovered for 10 minutes. Whoa. That's hot. 10 minutes. Okay, thank you, Siri. We're ready to get our pasta out here. And so to get my pasta out, this is what I love about this pot. I'm just going to tip it. And finally able to get all my pasta out. Isn't that awesome? So I'm gonna take my pasta out. I got a lot of pasta here. Who is gonna eat all this food? It's the whole thing. My family doesn't eat. We're not really big eaters. So I need to start making smaller portions, but I'm from a big family, so I always think I need to make a ton of food. So that is how we roll in the Palfini household. My husband gets stuck with a lot of leftovers. I suppose that's not a bad thing, right? And I'm sure some of you are saying, you could freeze it. Okay, we got almost all our pasta out here. Just gonna dump the rest in, because I know it's strained. And pull that up. Put it back in the pot, it's out of the way. So here's my pasta. And then I'm going to get my sauce here. So that's it. This needs to sit for 10 minutes and cool, so we're letting that cool. We just touched the cake. Okay, now we're gonna take the pasta sauce and I'm gonna put the sausage on top and just mix it around. And turn off my blender. Now, I told you about the clean cycle on the blender, so I'm gonna run that after this is all done. I'm gonna pull my, oh, it smells so good, you guys. And I'm actually gonna go grab some marinara from the fridge. Mozzarella from the fridge. I'm gonna do like that for now, and then I'm gonna mix it around with some mozzarella. I would normally shred my own mozzarella, but at the store I forgot to get a block of mozzarella, so I'm using what I have. And that's what I say. I think the one thing I learned from shelter in place, well, just growing up with a big family, is you use what you have. And opening packages is always a problem for me when they have these zippers, these zip seals. I'm just gonna put a little bit of mozzarella on top. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the sausage. Which again, this was not part of the recipe, this was just an ad I decided to do. Because I know my family appreciates a little bit of meat. So I'm gonna go ahead and add all that nice sausage in there with the basil. And I'm just gonna toss and mix it around. Oh, you guys. This just smells so wonderful. I'm gonna get the rest of my sauce now that I got, and I can see, I can gauge how much I need. I'm definitely gonna use it all. Okay. We got that part done. I'm just gonna mix it up, and I might add a little bit more mozzarella. Anybody hungry? Oh my goodness, you guys. It's a lot of food. I'm still eating leftover fajitas in my house. Okay, I'm gonna mix that around. Got that nice fresh basil in there. I think that was just a really great add with the sausage. And you know, you don't want the sausage and you just wanted the marinara. You've got all your vegetables in here. You've got like everything in here. You've got your dairy with the mozzarella. You've got your meat, the sausage. You've got your veggies with the carrots and the zucchini. And you got your garlic. You always need your garlic. And the sausage is all nice and mixed up in there. Perfect. Because of the mix and chop. We got it nice and all crumbly in there. So you can't pick out the sausage. Which is something a toddler might want to do, you never know. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back here, and I'm gonna clean it after we get off after the live here. But I'm going to also do one more thing before I get the ice cream, and that is I'm going to pour myself a glass of celebratory wine. I've cooked live for this is the third time I've cooked live to a crazy extent this week. and I believe it is time for some wine. So this is our wine opener, automated wine opener, and automatic wine opener, and it comes with a cutter that serves as a stand, and it plugs into the wall. And if you want it as a set, it comes with a nice aerator. That is just beautiful. Just, do you see how pretty that is? And what I love about this wine opener, I wrote on here which is up, which is down, so I didn't forget, with my dry erase marker. So it lights up. I love blue lights, in case you haven't figured that out. Okay, so this one says 1. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in here, and we're just gonna take the cork out. Oh, am I going the wrong way? I went the wrong way again. I did this last time too. Okay, there we go. It's dropping the cork. Got it out, and I forgot to cut the wine top off. I got so excited about having wine. I went awry. Okay, so the wine cork top, the wine cutter is done. And then when you pop it out, I did it the opposite way. 1 is 2 and 2 is 1. Okay, and then the cork just pops out. I love this. I've always been a fan of the old-fashioned way of opening wine, but this has changed my mind. So I got like a 2015, I want to put my aerator in. Let's not forget another step here. And get some wine, Italiano style. So now my husband is Italian, he's been to Italy, I've been to Italy. We're just waiting to go back with our daughter because he actually has family that's in Lake Maggiore? Maggiore, I always forget how to say it. So that is going to be one of our trips that we're going to take our daughter on someday and enjoy it. I've been to Rome, Tuscany, and Positano, all beautiful places. Oh, that is fantastic. Okay, so we got our pasta. Let's serve everything up. I think our cake is almost done. We're going to let it sit for another minute here. I've got my pie cutter ready to go. And I've got my ice cream scoop. And I got my plate for my pasta. Oh, just delicious. I'm gonna go get my ice cream. Move this over a little bit. Get my ice cream right here. And then we're gonna cut our so that was good to know. I could still use the ice cream maker with the broken lid. So here's how we're gonna get the ice cream out. We're gonna take the ice cream. Can you see that? You know what, I'm gonna do the ice cream over here. Can you get the ice cream right next to my wine because I need a drink of wine. Oh, you guys, so good. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this out and I'm gonna take my paddle out. And that's gonna give you an idea what this ice cream is. So it's more of a soft serve consistency right now, which I said is fine for my family. We love it. So good. And this is a vanilla. You kind of see what that looks like. It almost looks like a gorgeous whipped cream. And so I'm going to go ahead and put a lid on it and put it in the freezer, but I'm going to show you what ice cream looks like when you actually, I can't, you guys, I have to try. Oh, so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. It comes with a silicone lid. Now you just slide that on and put it in your freezer. And I'm going to show you what the chocolate ice cream looks like because I made chocolate the other day. And then we're going to be ready to cut that cake. These are really cold, so I don't know if I'll be able to open them, but Pampered Chef sells these freezer trays, and they actually can work in your they can work in your toaster oven too. And so what I do is I take the ice cream when it gets to a state that I like it at, and then I put it in these. Sometimes they're a little tricky to open because my hands are wet, and here we go. And so that's the chocolate ice cream. Okay? Oh, wow, my cake's done. And yeah, I eat right out of the dish. So good. And for chocolate ice cream, all I did was add This is my house, my rules. Chocolate ice cream, all I did was add a half a cup of Hershey syrup because that's what we have in our house. And that's what my husband likes, but you could add other syrups in there if you wanted, and you could do whatever you want. So that's the beauty of cooking for yourself. You do whatever you want, whatever you feel sounds good to you. I'm gonna move the rock crock over here and cut the cake now. And I'm just gonna cut it, into a triangle slice here. I don't know if you could see that. Can you see that? And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glaze on it with some blueberries and then add some ice cream to the side. Just gonna put that nice glaze over there. Let it just kind of seep in. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then I'm gonna serve it with a few blueberries. So let's cut it. It's not sticking to the pan. Just gonna pop it out here. I popped it out in the middle. I should have popped it on the edge. And I definitely could even pop it out of the rock crock if I wanted. Oh, that's so good, you guys. So I'm gonna put the cake here with a few blueberries on the side. And I'm gonna go grab that vanilla ice cream. Actually, vanilla ice cream, where is it? I'm gonna grab the vanilla ice cream and just scoop a little bit. Yeah, it's really soft, but that's okay, it's gonna be great. For purposes of what I'm eating it right now, inhaling it. Okay, so that's our dinner and dessert. And as you can see, I really didn't have to do that much. I got a big cleanup mess, but I mean, everything kind of cooked at the same time, all by itself, and I just managed it all. And that's what Pampered Chef does for you, you guys. This blender is amazing. The cycles it has and the settings it has to offer are just, it's a cooking blender. It cooks to, you know, this particular dish cooked to 212 degrees. And the rock crock, you can use it on the stove, the broiler, the oven, the microwave, the grill. It has a hot pot stand, it has a slow cooker stand. You can use it there. And all the other tools I showed you are just part of what's changing my kitchen. I just made an entire dinner that I could serve for 4 to 6 people, probably 6 people actually with all that pasta, in under an hour. So I hope you enjoyed this today. I certainly did. I enjoyed spending time with you this week. My 3rd time cooking with you this week. And I'm gonna go check the Go Live and see if there's any questions. Over here, let's see. And if anybody else is watching. Anybody have any questions? You wanna see my food? That's my background music. Got my cake, my ice cream, my pasta, my wine. Let's just get another shot of that so you could see all that. And that is delicious, easy dinner that you can make all at one time. Okay, good night, you guys. Thanks for watching.